Hi, I'm Harry, and I'm a Queen's Young Leader. This film is about a charity that has changed tens of millions of lives, including mine. The Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust was set up to honour Her Majesty the Queen and leave a lasting legacy in her name. Working with a group of inspiring partners, the Trust is focused on tackling avoidable blindness.
Most people actually go blind because they have not been reached, and we can change that situation.
And empowering the next generation of change makers through the Queen's Young Leaders program.
Anything that we want to see differently on a planet, it is up to us. We are definitely the leaders of now.
Meet Katido. He lives in a remote part of Uganda where the Trust has been working to treat and prevent trachoma, the world's leading infectious cause of blindness.
Ay akasigine ta nga kauruna nglabiwa ngan kauni egwa agiboy ayong katataga ngarua unu adia kar tataga kode lolo akasigine ayong tataga ayanyuna ayong akrasianu eta puninge ebite ngolo ejemu artere asegis epedor lo kiri agitumuduga nangatunga ka kayarada ngezi bongo ni alala ya dega nkonye ni anu we pa boto ngutuga ngadama yeze ya mike makada ba yeze ya tatota mike na ayo ni kenyuli klata nyeret to pienyo ko ni kal ka klata ka glonge teng de lu cicik odigni ngetola malakal tani chote ya kan ngetola deme matika boka kinyo choro ni kotera abu ayong ata ni de kezolu so poteng ke pimak tu yang ai nepta tu yang anaga to jukune tajo abu ayong ata atama ebukin rakom abala ayong.
The impact of the Trust's work to eliminate trachoma has been huge. The Trust has worked in 12 countries, of which 3 are on the verge of being verified trachoma-free. Over 22 million people have been treated to prevent them going blind.
Alakari ayong iti adawin edekiongolo.
People like Katido now have the tools to ensure this disease never returns. Diabetes is the world's fastest growing cause of preventable blindness. In Bangladesh, where 1 in 10 adults have diabetes, a young woman called Bisfeka is determined to change this. With the support of the Trust, she's reaching remote communities that previously have never been educated on the dangers of diabetes.
আজকের প্রোগ্রামটা হচ্ছে যে কোনো লোকাল মানে গ্রামে গিয়ে ওখানে পুরুষ এবং মহিলাদের একত্রিত করে ডায়াবেটিক রেটিনোপ্যাথি সম্পর্কে সচেতনমূলক কথাও কিভাবে প্রতিকার করা যায় এ বিষয়ে তাদের জানাই। আমরা এর জন্য খুবই প্রত্যন্ত এলাকায় যাই যেখানে স্বাস্থ্যসেবার কোনো সুযোগ নেই। এসব লোকের সামর্থ্য নেই যে তারা এটার চিকিৎসা করতে পারবে। তাদের বলি তখন তারা খুব মানে মনোযোগ সহকারে শুনে, কারণ তারা তখন আমারে বলো যে আপা এই বিষয়টা তো আমি আগে জানতাম না, এখন জানছি।
The Trust sight-saving work for those with diabetes has taken place in 13 Commonwealth countries.
কুইন এলিজাবেথ ডায়মন্ড জুবিলি ট্রাস্ট এর সহায়তা যদি আমরা না পেতাম ডায়াবেটিসের কারণে অন্ধত্বের হার বেড়ে যেত।
It's especially tragic when premature babies go needlessly blind because of retinopathy of prematurity, an avoidable condition that is a leading cause of childhood blindness worldwide. Eye doctor Sabhadra Jalali has made it her life's work to tackle it in the Indian city of Hyderabad.
Slowly I started seeing that few babies were coming to my clinic who were blind, and we could have done laser. We would have been able to save that good sight the child was born with. India has the largest number of premature births, ROP, which happens only in the incubator, affects only the premature babies. Very rapidly, newborn centers started mushrooming all over the place. All of us retina surgeons in the country were suddenly overwhelmed. So we realized that we need to scale up to a national level. And it is there that we were greatly helped by the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust.
Since the Trust began working in India in 2013, services to screen and treat the eyes of premature babies have been set up in 21 hospitals in 4 districts, serving a population of 47 million people.
The government, with the help of the Trust, set up a national task force. We have come up with the national guidelines which has been published and implemented across the countries.
For so many people, good eye care is scarce. 90% of avoidable blindness is found in developing countries. The Trust set out to strengthen healthcare systems and invest in people and technology with the potential to bring quality eye care to everyone in the Commonwealth.
When I started my application process for the master's course here at London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, that's when I heard about the Trust. They were offering this scholarship. It was almost like a dream come true. I now know why I exist. It may sound a little spiritual, but I have found the meaning of my life. We've trained more than 25 doctors to do screening for ROPs. Now the babies from even smaller towns are slowly getting access to ROP care, which has been a very, very positive change, I would say.
Tackling the sheer scale of eye problems across the Commonwealth requires innovative solutions, and few have been more innovative than Dr. Hilary Rono.
I'm excited today because we are heading to this village to test this new technology that I've been working on. And should the technology prove successful, this will be the beginning of a revolution in eye care. PIC enables the smartphone be used as a diagnostic tool. Somebody with little training can actually use this technology to take the pictures and send it to the doctors and specialists wherever they are. Using PIC, we have just identified 10 people that can be treated, and tomorrow we are going to operate 5 of them. I've been involved in PIC right from the beginning, and I decided to take this further by doing a PhD. The organization that was supporting PIC, the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust, was willing to support and fund my education. When I saw the email, I said, wow. It was one of the most exciting moments in my life. We've done cataract surgery. I'm very happy. I'm also proud of my team. Great, bingo.
PIC's founder, Dr. Andrew Bastauris, believes that we can be optimistic about the future.
The Trust have always had a view that their work is time limited, but their legacy won't be. What they've done with PIC has enabled us to take a vision and turn it into a reality. All of that has been possible because the Trust backed us, and I'm incredibly optimistic that what we were talking about a decade ago will not be true in 2 decades.
Dr. Bastauris is right to be optimistic. Katido, Ms. Feka, Dr. Jalali, Dr. Rono are just a handful of remarkable people the Trust has been working with over the last 5 years, breaking down barriers across the Commonwealth, dismantling health inequality, and ensuring a future free of darkness for the tens of millions of people at risk of going blind. That's a powerful legacy the Trust leaves in honor of the Queen as head of the Commonwealth. And as a Queen's Young Leader, I'm also proud to be part of that legacy. In 2005, my family arrived in Britain as refugees fleeing from Zimbabwe. We faced an uncertain future, and yet, here I am, honored to be representing a new generation of changemakers, a Queen's Young Leader chosen for the work I've done to challenge gender-based violence. I'm one of the 240 incredible young people brought together to connect, collaborate, and change lives. A new generation recognized by the Queen as changemakers, inspired to step up to make a lasting difference across the Commonwealth. From mental health, climate change, access to education, employment, gender equality, these are just a few of the pressing issues facing the world today that the Queen's Young Leaders are dedicating their lives to resolve.
What has always struck me about these young people is their humble but passionate determination to make life better for their communities.
Winning the award was quite amazing, but more importantly, it was the message behind the award, that you were being recognized for leading change in your country.
I definitely see the legacy of the Queen's Young Leaders program following us, I think, throughout all of our lives.
Grants have also been given to 22 youth-led and youth-focused organizations working to help solve the problems affecting young people and communities in which they live. The Trust may be closing, but the work goes on in the lives of the 240 Queen's Young Leaders like me, and the legacy of millions of families who will not be burdened by the loss of sight. From my heart then, on behalf of me and all those the Trust has empowered and cared for, thank you.
Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, Buckingham Palace has been a backdrop for many celebrations during Your Majesty's reign to recognise and thank countless individuals and organisations for their services to the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. However, whilst each event is always special and all of Your Majesty's patronages are personally important to you, I believe this particular celebration is unique because we are here to highlight and applaud the work of many people who responded to an initiative that was specifically to thank you for your incredible leadership as head of the Commonwealth and was undertaken in Your Majesty's name. It is 8 years ago next month since the Commonwealth heads of government met in Perth and congratulated you as head of the Commonwealth on your Diamond Jubilee in 2012. At this meeting, they gave their blessing to the setting up of the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust, and the seed of something incredible was sown. The trust, which was designed to support charitable projects and organisations across the Commonwealth, received generous contributions from right across the Commonwealth and beyond, from governments, businesses and foundations, as well as communities and individuals. With your agreement, the Trust's mission focused on two main priorities, namely eye health and youth leadership. Having long advocated for the prevention of avoidable blindness myself, I was therefore thrilled and honoured when you asked me to become Vice Patron of the Trust in 2015. I feel in a way that I have been your eyes, having travelled to Malawi, Bangladesh and India to see the work of the Trust firsthand, witnessing the ambitious initiatives being carried out in Your Majesty's name, and ensuring that the intended legacy would be real and long-lasting. I am very happy to say that Your Majesty's honour has been more than upheld. The Trust's small but brilliant team has worked incredibly hard to create the right links at all levels, from government to charities, from NGOs to agencies, from partner organisations to individuals. Then there are the technical experts and advocates who created the strategies and methods by which the Trust would operate. And of course, we must also pay tribute to the many eye doctors and nurses who have worked tirelessly to ensure that as many people as possible receive vital treatments and early interventions the Trust has made available. This has been teamwork at its very best, and we are so thrilled that we have some of you here this evening with us to pay tribute to your efforts. The Trust has concentrated on tackling curable eye diseases, including diabetic retinopathy, retinopathy of prematurity, and a particularly widespread and painful eye issue, blinding trachoma. This ancient disease, which even warrants a mention in the Bible, has been one of the most prevalent and out-of-control eye conditions the world has known now and across the Commonwealth, and it is now on the run. In June this year, the World Health Organization announced new data which shows that the number of people at risk of trachoma has fallen from 1.5 billion in 2002 to 142 million in 2019, a reduction of 91%. And the numbers of people requiring surgery for the late blinding stages of trachoma has dropped from 7.6 million in 2002 to 2.5 million in 2019, a reduction of 68%. There is no doubt that the work of the Trust has contributed significantly to these statistics. Two countries where the Trust has worked, Malawi and Vanuatu, are very close to being able to validate by the WHO as having officially eliminated blinding trachoma, and the other 9 countries where we have worked are on track to reach that milestone in the next few years. I mentioned that I have had the opportunity to travel to a number of countries with the Trust over recent years to see for myself the work being carried out. In Malawi, I saw Peak Retina in action in a school where the new technology was allowing anyone with a minimum of training, including myself, to test the eyesight of whole classes using just a smartphone, and then refer any child needing glasses or other follow-up straight to the nearest eye clinic or hospital. The Trust's Trachoma initiative was also making huge strides towards eliminating this cruel and painful disease across the country. Whole communities were winning the battle to improve hygiene and sanitation to halt the transmission of the disease. I was also able to share the joy of former sufferers now pain-free and be able to see clearly thanks to surgery. In rural Bangladesh, I saw the efforts underway to sensitize communities to the risk eyesight posed by diabetes and to connect those affected to services provided locally for regular screening and prompt treatment. And earlier this year in India, I witnessed the wonderful work being carried out in neonatal units to ensure that babies born prematurely do not lose their sight. Services have been set up to screen and treat premature babies for sight loss in 20 hospitals across 4 districts in India, serving a population of nearly 50 million people. The government of India has also put in place guidelines to underpin programs as they are gradually adopted across the country. Talking of governments, having worked in the area of global sight issues since the early 2000s, I know just how challenging it is to encourage governments around the world to make eye health a priority. However, the Diamond Jubilee Trust has genuinely helped to open doors which had often remained closed before. This is a mere snapshot of the incredible work the Trust has facilitated in just 5 short years since the fund became operational. Our task is not complete, but the Trust has shown how effective eye care delivered at the micro level can have a macro effect. I, for one, will be carrying on with my work in this important field, spurred on by what has been achieved. I know Your Majesty would want me to thank that small team I mentioned, who have gone above and beyond to ensure the Trust's success. Ably chaired by Sir John Major and led by Astrid Bonfield, the Trust has been a powerhouse, encouraging support from many generous donors and partners and the dedicated eye health professionals right across the Commonwealth. I hope you are all justifiably proud of everything you have accomplished. What was created in Your Majesty's name has already and will continue into the future to change lives for the better. From the lady I met in Malawi, who fondly remembered your coronation in 1952, but had been blinded by trachoma for 50 years, and thanks to surgery could now see, to the babies so tiny and new that they will never know how close they came to living a life of darkness. From the young being taught the importance of washing their hands and faces with soap and water, to the children having basic but essential eye tests via smartphone technology. These and the millions of others benefiting from the vital work of the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust are its real legacy. Where there was darkness, there is now light. Where there was despondency, there is now hope and potential. Mama, when I have returned from my travels, I have been so proud to share with you the work I have witnessed being carried out under the umbrella of the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust, and the care of so many people working so hard to save and cure sight. Each time, you have listened with interest and been eager to hear of how the work is going, and each time I have been stunned as you have shared with me your deep knowledge of each of these countries. Not top-level observations, but personal experience, demonstrating to me time and again the real affection you have for all people of the Commonwealth, and why that affection is so abundantly returned by them to you. On your 21st birthday, while on a tour to South Africa, you made a promise to dedicate your life to the service of the Commonwealth. You have carried out this promise in so many ways ever since, but your Diamond Jubilee Trust has, I believe, allowed Your Majesty to demonstrate your dedication in a tangible and practical way, which has and is enriching the lives of people across the Commonwealth and will be felt by generations to come. On behalf of the people the Trust has helped, thank you to each and every one of you for all your incredible support. And to Your Majesty, thank you for choosing to give the gift of sight. Thank you.